Any one of these guys can become legends. Somebody in chat was like, yo, you should make one of these duels with the legends only. But any of these guys can become legends. And Yara going to big damage onto Luge. And Luge having to bubble this damage off, trying to deny the rogue a kind of re-stealth. And Yara, is that name Yara? Ganker. Oh, Yara Ganker. That's the name. Is going to go for advantage. Luge no longer has the blessing of bubble. Does have a blessing of protection. But if Yara has a big go setup yet again, and if you just don't press your blessing of protection fast enough, this could be game here, boys. This could be game for the Pala. As Yara going in for a bit of a reset, a bit of a stealth play, a little bit of a... You look good? I messed around with a cam a little bit, LI. I messed around with the cam a bit. Whoa. Ganker, why are you out of stealth? Hopefully he's not taunting the man. Hopefully he's just saying hello. Or maybe reading him his last rites as a rogue would. Reading you your last rites. Yara did go for every single cooldown. Shadowlands is available. Bob coming out for the Paladin. Yara might have to go for a bit of a reset. The Paladin, this is your perfect opportunity to deny the rogue the re-stealth. Does get the slows onto the Paladin. Sprinting around the pillar with him. Actually, might be able to catch a re. It looks like he does. Paladin trying to go for a bit of a re-heal. Does hit him with a cheeky Shadow Strike. Actually poking out without out of stealth. Just hit him with a Shadow Strike. Going for the reset. Looks like Luge does get him out. And does put him in combat. Vanish not available for the rogue, is playing the Night Elf, so most likely could get that Shadow Melt anytime he wants to. I think he's just trying to not use Shadow Melt just yet. And it looked like Luge just got an auto attack off on him, but maybe he dodged it. I swear I felt like he got an auto attack off. But Luge now is out of a trinket, out of a blessing of protection, bubble. Only thing he has is Shield of Vengeance and is trying to play it aggressively with the eye. The earlier you can pick up the eye against the rogue, the better. As Yara does have Dan's backup and available, it's going to have him some Shadow Strikes. Big damage onto the Pala. And oh my god, the Ventir setup there, dude. Look at his blades. Just look at the, like the swirly of, like a wave of red. It just looks so fantastic. Hellforsen is going to be up next as an Assassination rogue. Also as a Necrolord. So we're seeing different kind of rogues. A Subtlety Ventir, Assassination Necro. Which, by the way, I've been saying more Assassination Necrolord rogues in PvP because it makes sense. It makes sense from a PvE perspective too, just like easy column points, an easy way to maintain damage, but also back-to-back mutilate, back-to-back envenoms with a bone spike. Could be pretty good, especially if it crits, because imagine like you already have a spike on the enemy. Bone spike, full column points, envenom. Bone spike, full column points, envenom. Bone spike, full column points. I mean, it could be really, really good. Just the amount of... And Assassination is a spec that always loves column points. Can always use more energy and column points. Looks like it is going to be the rogue Yara getting him out, trying to get him out of stealth in the opener. He's going to go for the evasion trinkets out of that stun. And Hellforsen trying to make the damage happen with a vendetta, but that's going to be Yara with that evasion trying to deny the damage. Big hit a shout out to Hellforsen is going to force a trinket and a blind, and Yara no longer has a trinket, does have a blind. If Hellforsen can somehow make the damage happen here, then he is going to be the definite victory. But if he's not going to be able to bust out the damage into Yara, that's going to be immediate blind, and Yara is going to be able to get himself a reset. So you need to be very, very careful with how you do this. Killer Shot does come out, trying to get the dots rolling, but I don't know if he has immediate damage. Trying to get an evasion up and running. Blind is guaranteed. And Yara is taking a bit of that dot damage. The only thing you're hoping for as Hellforsen is maybe if Yara messes up his re-stealth. It looks like he does catch a reset. It looks like the bone spike. Wait, somebody's keeping him out of stealth. Maybe he got himself out of stealth to make sure he has a free shield. I think he got himself to make sure he has a full shield. He's gonna have the Shadow Blades. Big damage available. Half his health gone to a single Shadow Strike. And that's gonna be Hellforsen going down to Yara immediately. That was a full Shadow Blades and everything. That was a big bad burst. And looks like Cry's bad. Is it Chrysler on an ult or something? But Cry's bad is gonna be up next. Is this Chrysler on an ult? I hope not, dude. I hope not. But Yara is going to be skulking him around. Definitely playing the dagger in the dark. There's no way he isn't. However, with Kreisbad, you do have the succubus. Also, I love how he looks like Gul'dan. It looks like the young Gul'dan, dude. He got the hoodie, the full set, the staff, everything. Cheap shot by the rogue. He knows there's going to be a succubus. Is going to get hit with a succubus seduction. Didn't really go aggressive against the Warlock, as the Warlock is actually going to go aggressive himself. Big setup. That's going to be immediate cloak by Yara, so he doesn't get hit with a stun from the Infernal. Or maybe he just walked away from the Infernal. He's going to go and hide in the corner, count himself a bit of a reset. The dots are on him, but he does have that shield re-stealth. And man, that shield re-stealth seems like He's gonna allow this rogue a quick getaway. He's gonna pick up the eye immediately. The Warlock looking for the rogue. And you notice he's somewhere not out in the open. But if he's careful, if he can see through the bushes here, through the foliage, against the gate, he will be able to spot the rogue. His succubus definitely had an easier time spotting the rogue. Gotta be an interrupt on the succubus, or at least try to go an interrupt on the succubus. Kraya's bolt for free to the face. Does Yara have himself a go? Stun afterwards. Does get a stun on the succubus. And that's gonna Mortal Coil, stopping the rogue from the opener, but does go for the cheap shot and a trinket. Trying to make sure he's maximizing the damage. Yara's taking so much damage from the Warlock though. He's just melting down. Vanish is not gonna be enough though. The dots are still burning. It is probably gonna burn through his shield. And if Kreisbad is careful and fast enough, he might pick up the eyes and get the rogue out yet again. That was a nice go. That Mortal Coil just preventing the rogue from really having a big go. And if Kreisbad is careful again, if he's quick on his feet, he will watch out where the succubus is going and be able to get the rogue out. Rogue no longer with the Cloak of Shadows, no vanish, no nothing. So you got to be very, very careful. The succubus does get him out. Trying to go for a succubus seduce does get interrupted. And Kreisbad is waiting until the succubus gives him that opening. If he's able to, there goes the opening. And there goes the man hitting him with a big old chaos bolt. What does he follow up with though? Just a chaos bolt. Mortal Coil to CC him. Actually just canceling out his immolation. Blind onto Kreisbad. Trinkets out of it. Does the succubus keep him in combat? Door Shadow is trying to make a play. Does disappear with a smoke bomb. Does he get away? It looks like Kreisbad is trying to deny him the getaway. Does catch a re-stealth. Oh no. Just needed one more global. He was barely no health. It looks like Ganker is back in there, hanging out next to Kreisbad. He knows there's going to be a succubus seduce. Kreisbad actually moving the succubus a bit away from him to make sure the rogue, if he does go for the interrupt, has to go and interrupt the succubus as well. But it could be the rogue going into doing a full in. With the Cloak of Shadows, could be a full send here. Kidney shot, and that's gonna maybe Cloak of Shadows available. Wall up for Kreisbad as the only thing that's keeping him alive. Trying to maybe get some C onto Ganker. Does get the succubus CC, but the rogue is at full health again. Chaos Bolt by Kreisbad with a Mortal Coil wombo combo. Trying to get a shot of Fear onto Ganker. Does get it with a Cataclysm right after and a Fear to follow. Soul Rot is going to be up with Incinerates. He needs a bit more damage. Big damage on Ganker. The dots make it and does take down the rogue. Which some of you watching this probably were thinking, man, he took out a Paladin. He took out another rogue. The Gloom Blade, the Rotten Legendary is most likely what the rogue is using. Not even 100% crit setup. I mean, it's just unfair. But Kreisbad fighting through all the challenges, fighting through all the struggles to take down the rogue, boys. If he can do it, so can you. Are the rogues full HP again? Yeah, but it's okay. Because Kreisbad took him out. Is there a bad delay on stream, by the way, boys? Chat, real quick. I want to check, test the delay. I want to test the delay. When I clap my hands, type the words clap. Ready? It's going to be kind of weird having to do... Oh, big damage on the Sarath. Does actually go for an interrupt on that Convoke. Barely alive. Barely alive, but he's still in there. Oh, the delay is not bad at all then. Happy to know that. Happy to know. Thank you, boys, for letting me know. Delay isn't bad at all. Big bites on the Kreisbad. I don't think the Warlock is going to have much left here. Sarath actually going for Moonfires. Did he leave Kreisbad with a Moonfire and that's it? Does he think that's going to be enough? He gets himself Warlock Hellstone. Wait, if he can get himself a Mortal Coil as well, he'll be a massive recovery. That's also an Infernal Sarath. I think you're playing with fire. I don't think you're treating Kreisbad seriously. Trying to go for that regrowth is going to get interrupted as Infernal keeping him warm over there. That's also generating resources for Kreisbad as he's going to get himself another Warlock Hellstone. And Sarath will not be able to get himself a proper reset. Mortal Coil. Trinket for Kreisbad with a Fjord Sarath. Does get himself a Barkskin. That is going to be a Chaos Bolt hitting him. Either way, boys, either way. And Sarath actually, I think, might have given away his ability to finish the fight here versus Kreisbad. I think he actually might have, I don't know. Could this be the Feral being a bit cocky with that Moonfire, thinking, oh, that's all I need to do on the Warlock and that's it? Or is the Feral still got it in the bag? I'm not sure anymore, boys. I'm not sure. Clappity clap. I appreciate you boys for helping me out. I really do appreciate it. Because sometimes I just need to know if there's a bit of delay on stream or not. Especially with the obvious things I had to do recently. Sarath getting a few easy calm points off of the Fell Hunter. And looks like maybe Kreisbad might have to summon a new one or pull his back. One or the other. And Sarath has got himself actually a lot of cooldowns back. Kreisbad does not have a trinket, so he just doesn't want to get in there. He does not want to get in the cage with the tiger. Sarath has wall back up, most likely bar skin back up. It looks like actually, oh, it looks like, I thought he took out the Fel Hunter for a second, but he didn't. Sako on the Fel Hunter, does he get himself a reset? Oh, he can actually get himself a re-stealth. If Kreisbad isn't paying attention, oh, the Fel Hunter got him out again. I guess the cycle just doesn't last long on Fel Hunter at all. Maybe that's what's going on. Kreisbad waiting for his cooldowns though. This man does not want to, he wants to end the duel against the Feral, but he doesn't want to give him like the ability to just walk up to him. Oh! Didn't have the interrupt for the Convoke, but he somehow survived the Convoke! For Sarath, that must have been the unluckiest Convoke ever. As Kreisbad's trying to get himself some dots on the Sarath, should maybe be some damage as well. And Sarath is going to take a bit of damage playing that Restoration Affinity, so he should be able to maintain himself health-wise for a bit. The dots are ticking, but he got big regrowths, big swift men, regrowth, rejuve. Even though the pet is going to be ripping some of those hots off him, it's still a big recovery either way. Kreisbad going for a port as the Feral getting close to him. Another main by the Feral, trick inside of it this time. Trying to land a fear is going to get interrupted on. Used to wait out. Big Casbo setting it up. Does he have any CC after? Looks like Kreisbad does go down either way. Sarath just had him in the bag. It looks like Houndless is going to be up next. Not playing with any Hounds. He is Houndless. He couldn't call him Raptureless, but he's definitely Houndless. As the Survival Hunter charges in, jumps at Sarath, trying to make some damage happen. Sarath got himself all the defenses overlap. Big turtle coming out for the Hunter. As Sarath trying to get himself some regrowths. Scare Beast, and that's going to actually hit Sarath, allowing Houndless to at least get a little bit of a setup. Is going to be throwing down traps. I think he was trying to go for a Fear into a Freezing Trap. Just to see Sarath a bit. Getting the skill shots back to back as the Hunter is playing the Venthyr setup. Feign Death quick for a second. Does drop down a net onto Sarath, which should have 80%. Oh, 80% chance to miss, but the power shifting out of the Feral just ignores it completely. And Christina is going to be up next, trying to make a big old bite happen to Sarath as the Kyrian, dude. There's just nothing you can do. That Kyrian bite is so much more threatening than the Convoke could be. Because it's a guaranteed burst. As long as you have no ways to deal with it, it's very, very threatening. It just Convoke, I feel like, is just easier to execute. But if a Feral knows what they're doing, it's a whole nother story. Delay is terrible? Wait, there's a delay for some of you guys? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, apparently there's a bad delay for some of you boys. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know what I can really do to fix it. Unless I maybe need to go look at my settings. Christina taking a bit of damage from Wolfheart, though. Stun onto the Feral. Does have a trick at 40. Is that going to be a wall? Looks like he might not need to. Wolfheart is a Necrolord, though. Could go for that Necrolord Fleshcraft Shield. Does have himself a lot of survivability. The Necrolord does give it that defensiveness action. Had the Slime for the shield. Has the Necrolord Fleshcraft ability. The Chakram also does quite a bit of damage now, too. Christina had a full 5 common point setup for Wolfheart. Probably going to get himself a Feign Death into maybe a camo. Does he get to? Try to get a camo up, but looks like the bleeds are on the pet as well. There's a restun by Christina. It looks like Wolfheart might be going down for the count. Christina taking him out one by one, and was close though. Is up next as a Fire Mage by the looks of it. Yep, Combustion. No Meteor, so this guy is not playing the big Meteor setup. He's just going for the big Combust. Just the big massive Combust. That's going to be opener by Christina. But a really timid opener. He just got an opener and was like, okay, let me catch a reset. I think he's just expecting, because he doesn't have a trinket, he's expecting to go by the mage. Could maybe go for a skull badge. Just sitting still, dude. He's just sitting still. I think he's expecting a meteor, maybe a G-Pie or something. He might have to interrupt the G-Pie. Not even close, dude. Was close though, as the name suggests. That G-Pie was almost close. It almost left the hands. Christina trying to get himself a big Kyrian setup. Big bites are going to be on the way, but that's an ulti time setup for the mage. Radiant Spark trying to make the big Radiant Burst happen. Ulti time needs to be used immediately. Does get to use the ulti time. He got the shields off at the last second. No interrupt by Christina. Does have a wall ready here. There's still going to be lots of damage. Kyrian for Kyrian. And bash onto was close. Does remove the bleeds as well as get himself a sippy cup. With the smallest heal ever. Christina's kind of low in health actually. There's still a full combustion by the mage. And Christina is going to go for big recovery with Hots as well as the Swiftman. Needs to go for more healing right now though. Was closed. Does still have Ice Block as well as a Cauterized. So he's in a great spot right now. Christina needs to force one of those defensives as soon as they can. Big breath by was closed. Nova into Christina. Popping in bear form. Needs himself Frenzied Regen immediately. Barskin is up. Frenzied Regen I think was used the emergency one maybe. As we are hitting that 15-minute duel, 60% dampening. Trying to get himself a big old bite into was closed. That is going to be cauterized by the mage. Has Ice Block if he needs to. But does he need the full Ice Block? He actually probably could poke out a lot earlier. and take out Christina. As the Feral is getting himself a lot of recovery. He does get himself movement speed. Trying to see if he can juke out what's close. Trying not to get hit by Nova. Is going to get that stone opener. Immediate human racial by what's close. Trinket available for Christina if he wants to do it. And that's going to be immediate Trinket. Leaping on top of what's close. Not even letting him get a Kyrian setup. Got himself Kyrian setup of his own. What's close trying to bail out of there. No, a lot of health left. That's going to be a big old bite. Big old Kyrian bite out of Christina to finish off that mage. It looks like Christina is making a one-man comeback. And that's going to be Atho. Looking really green. Now this is a good looking Mog. This is a really good looking Mog in my opinion. All green? Oh dude, this looks like I want to get the green version of the rogue one. Now that I got my mirror one, not what's close was Obliv. Oh, what's close is Obliv. I didn't realize that. Okay, well that's our boy. I thought it was somebody new. But this is Obliv the legend. Christina landing the opener on the green Athaman, but looks like, you know, Athaman, just lay down on the grass. Christina won't be able to see where you are, dude. Just go stand in the bush and you won't know where you are. It's gonna go for the big hollow, dude. Ashen Hollow. Look how that thing radiates, how it pulsates with menace. Just, it's an unwelcoming place. The Blizzard did a really good job making it like a enemy Ashen Hollow look very, very unfriendly. You know what I mean? Shield event is up for Atha. Burst is pretty quickly. Bubble available. And Christina trying to see if he can survive through the Paladin and not come back. And Athaman is kind of low on health at 70% dampening. Does need to go for a bit of healing. Standing in Ashen is not a bad idea. It does heal you in Ashen. So standing inside of Ashen Hollow, not a terrible choice. Christina trying to see if they can just walk over, mosey over to Atham. Maybe snipe him out. Athaman does have adaptation, but looks like it's not getting a proc here. Big bite set up for Christina. Athaman could be in a bad spot unless he has himself a big go. Not a lot of health to work with. Needs to decide whether he wants to heal or damage. It looks like healing is his priority. Blessing of protection available for... Oh no! Bite and thorns from the judgment. Athaman had a blessing of protection so soon. But I love the way of the Mog. So that is a Mog for doing the court stuff with Event Theorem. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another duel up and running, man. Let's get yet another one going, boys.